Hello, everyone, and welcome back to BCFM Radio. So, as you might see already, today is a little bit different with this week's episode of our podcast. So, Cooper could not join us today. However, it is myself, and yes, we'll be talking about Invincible season 3, episode 8 finale, and also Daredevil Born Again episode 3. So to begin off, we'd like to say a massive thank you for all the support on the channel lately and all the comments, likes, some subscribers increase. We all appreciate all your support, and we will continue to put out our content that we enjoy. So I think to start off today's episode, we probably should go with Invincible finale, considering it is a major impact kind of with the show and how we've been kind of going about these last few weeks and few episodes. So personally, I know Cooper did enjoy this episode. He did say he's getting sick of how the villain of the seasons are surviving, but I mean that's kind of how Invincible is. So in my opinion, I don't think that's kind of like a major deal or anything like that. I absolutely loved how we saw a Mark finally kind of go all out, and the line deliveries, the performances from both Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Stephen Yeun was just perfect. They portrayed the characters so well, and I guess people would like to say that they did save the budget for the finale because impact frames, the action, the details was top notch. I can't get out of my head the shot where Invincible's looking up after getting battered with the smoke of the destroyed buildings and cities and everything going on to him whilst he's blood kind of what's it called, rumbles, I guess, and then Conquest comes flying in. That perspective zoom up to Conquest was absolutely dope, and it just proves to show that like this show does still hold so much groundbreaking kind of storytelling and everything, and I just love it. I know kind of what happens in the show, so I'm very excited to see what happens in season 4. I definitely think if they go the route of the comics, I don't think people will probably enjoy it as much as they have season 3 and 1 in particular. I know a lot of people didn't really like 2, and I think Cooper has been avid verbal, not hater, but not the biggest fan of Angstrom Levy. So I definitely think season 4 will be an interesting one if they go the route that I think they're going to go, on how the audience will, general audience will receive, kind of receive it and kind of what they would think about it, because we definitely do have a lot more to go within the Invincible storyline. I think that this episode had all the heart, had all the action, had great dialogue, great animation. I think this is what people want from Invincible all the time, and I think it is hard to kind of what's it called, live up to moments like this within the show. So I don't want it to become one of those things where it's like, oh, comparing this season or comparing this episode to these episodes, because it won't be able to get better and better all the time. Like it shows moments have their peaks, and that's what makes them so special, is because not everything will be the same. And this is a bit of a tangent, but it's my issue with Marvel lately. People have been kind of comparing it to all the previous good, like the best of Marvel, when realistically speaking, Marvel has never been that strong overall. Most of their projects are base average at best in terms of quality, and comparing them to the best of the best, like Winter Soldier, Infinity War, is just, it's a bit silly to do, because you're just comparing peak to like a peak of something to like the most generic or general thing ever. So I hope Invincible general audience kind of viewers don't be like, oh, well, it wasn't as good as a Conquest fight. So it's like, well, no, well, it's different. Everything's different. You need the character development. You need all that kind of stuff. And I think with the build up with the Powerplex episode and then the Invincible War, then to Conquest, that is just a trifecta. That is a beautiful trifecta. And I think it's going to be hard to top. But I have faith in the comic book, what's it called, adaptation to be done justice, and I think we're going to be getting a lot more cool things from Invincible. I do wish that we probably could get more consistency with the animation. That sometimes I don't want to be one of those complainers, because I'm just happy we're getting great content, and I do prefer to get content more regularly than waiting years in between, because that's another issue I've had with especially the Batman. It's been years and they still have not even started filming or anything. So it's like, how long do you have to wait between projects? And it just loses its hype. It loses its value, I think. And I don't know. I feel like making audiences wait that long between seasons, movies, anything like that is just a burden on themselves because you're not carrying over that kind of hype between movie or franchise to franchise. And I think it's a big missed opportunity. I think Invincible has now realized that you want to keep the hype train kind of going, and you don't want to be waiting like 2 to 3 years between each season. Or I think they have learned their lesson with that, and I think we'll be seeing it very soon, season four, more than probably we expect. Um, but yeah, overall, great finale to a good season. I think it's not as good as season one still because season one is just such a special, and it's such a special place for a lot of people's hearts. It was the introduction of the universe and everything, but I definitely think it is a stronger season overall to season two. So very glad that yeah, got to see the end kind of be a nice kind of way to end the season, and it was a very good one to in for that fact in too. Um, yeah, so Daredevil, episode three. Don't know the name of it. Sorry to say, but I did enjoy this episode. And to preface this kind of tangent, I'm going to go on. People have been what's it called, not really mentioning or bringing this up much, and I don't want to be a complainer, I don't want to nitpick, but they said that the original show that they scrapped, or the original 6 episodes they scrapped, didn't see Daredevil suit up till episode 4, and it was a lawyer focused show. Aside from the first 15 minutes of that first episode, we haven't seen Daredevil in the suit, and it is been a law focused show. It makes you, and I know that they have used some of the things that well, apparently they didn't use any of the things that they filmed, which I don't know if that's true or not, or if it's just rumors, but I feel like they definitely have, because I'm not saying like I'm not enjoying it, I'm loving it, but it is eerily similar to how the structure of the show is going now. So it makes me wonder, did that even happen? Did they even scrap it? Was it all kind of just a way to get people involved? Like, because that first 15 minutes of the first episode was almost just a way to continue the Netflix run and just be like, yep, we're writing Karen out the show, and yep, Foggy's dead, and yeah, Bullseye's back, but he's in prison right now. It's kind of like, do we bring all these characters back for 15 minutes and then just to be like, yep, now let's go back to the original idea of the show? I hope not, because I did enjoy episode 3, and I loved, this was probably my most engaged and enjoyable trial courtroom kind of case for Daredevil. And personally, myself, I'm not someone who would like to watch shows that are based in a courtroom. I do not really care about the logistics and stuff of that. I am a movie lover when it comes to action, superhero, comic bookiness. I mean, like, fair play to you. I love the original Daredevil show on Netflix. I did enjoy the lawyer aspects of it too, but I don't want a show of just lawyer kind of business. And I don't know if everyone would agree with me on that one, but personally, I love this episode, but I am kind of missing. And I know he never really suited up properly in the Netflix show either. He would always just do it like periodically, maybe like 2 episodes within a whole season, maybe. But I do want to see more action. I do want to see kind of the main introduction of Muse. We've been getting teased kind of throughout the episodes, especially with this one with the Punisher. Punisher. I can't remember what the word was. Was it vengeance or something? I don't know. Judgment, maybe. I don't know, but it had his artwork on the building where Cherry was keeping the witness for Hector's trial. I love the character of Hector. I was first introduced to White Tiger primarily in, I think it was Ultimate Spider-Man show. So it is good to see kind of him oh well, not anymore sadly, but it will probably be taken up by his daughter or sister for the White Tiger, and I've primarily known the White Tiger to be female, so it'd be cool to see how his story kind of continues beyond from what we've known now. And I don't know why people were saying like that was a Punisher. I think it's clearly obviously not the Punisher, since they've been not rumoring, but teasing kind of the anti-vigilante cops wearing or having tattoos of the Punisher skulls on them with their flag and kind of their motives. Like the corrupt cops are thinking that they are doing what the Punisher was known to do. And I think that could be Cole, which we might get introduced in this coming episode, who is like the leader of the anti-vigilante force, but I don't know if that would be him. And also, if it was a Punisher, they would have shown his face emerging from the darkness instead of just his skull, because that would deliberately kind of be like a confusing cliffhanger, like, oh, why would the Punisher take out White Tiger? Instead, this one was just like, trying to trick people into thinking it was the Punisher, where it wasn't. They were just showing his skull, and that's what the anti-vigilante kind of cops will be repping. I think we've seen set photos behind the scenes of them wearing skull vests and everything. But it's definitely going to be a way to, I think, which as the time of recording this is the day of episode 4. So obviously we'll be doing a podcast in the coming week of that. But I definitely think they're going to introduce the Punisher in this episode 4 and kind of have that interaction be like, oh, Daredevil hears that a person wearing a skull mask or skull vest, I mean, not mask, skull vest, took out the White Tiger, and he's going to instantly go, why is Frank back? Why is Frank killing him? Well, I'm really angry at Frank, kind of thing. So he goes to confront Frank, and Frank's like, oh, I'm not in this business anymore, like he always does. I feel like him and Daredevil always just like come in and out of being their true selves. And I know this is Born Again and it's trying to follow up the run, but we kind of had that in season 3. So that's another kind of nitpick thing that I have. I kind of just want a pure show where he is Daredevil and he has adopted this alternate kind of life and the life of being Daredevil. But so I think he's gonna hopefully we see John Bernthal in episode 4, and I'll be very disappointed if we haven't progressed into this main storyline with Muse, Daredevil, and Fisk and Punisher kind of getting to start the inciting incident, because we have had inciting incidents, but it's not really about the main show or focus of this season in particular, I don't think, which kind of upsets me because I want to get into that now. But we'll wait and see. But yeah, episode 3 left me stunned. I recorded an immediate reaction after it, like during the credits, and I was just so upset. We had I forgot the name of the frog that makes the whistling kind of chime kind of thing, and the beach of the sound waves and everything. It was just so upsetting. It was so abrupt. It happened just like that. And I think that's what the show does really well so far, is just throw your emotions around a bit, because we were so rooting for him during the episode, and then for it to just get shattered immediately kind of puts in the perspective of Matt being like, I've done all I can through the justice system and law system, yet it never get like the heroes or the good guys never win. So I think that's going to get his mentality back into being Daredevil, which I think will be a really good kind of inciting thing for him to suit back up. But yeah, no, this episode was great. It kept me engaged and focused, and I was on the edge of my seat when the reveal was not guilty and everything. So it was great. The emotional aspect was there. Revealing who White Tiger is in the courtroom had such emphasis, and I love how they're using music to really emphasize these moments. And I think that this new kind of show, it does feel a lot more comic booky, less grounded kind of, I think, than the Netflix show, but it still has those vibes, and it's still, I think it's elevating Daredevil a bit, but I need to see more of Daredevil to really kind of get that idea if this is going to be the future of Daredevil within Disney kind of period of Marvel. But yeah, both great episodes to have within the same week. So we had the death of White Tiger, and we also had the fight between Invincible and Conquest. Like, what comic book fans are living right now, and the television game right now is very strong. Like, I'm currently watching Reacher. There's also what's it called? We have Daredevil. We also have Invincible, and there's also I've forgotten the name of the show. It's also a very good show on Apple TV, but I don't have it, so I can't watch it. But yeah, TV shows right now are in like a golden age almost, and I don't think it's hyped up as much as it could be. It is a very strong time period for TV shows. I just hope the movies can do justice, just like what TV shows were. We had a rough patch with the TV shows, but right now it's very strong, and I'm loving Reacher too, by the way. So if anyone wants to know about that, then yeah, Reacher's great so far. It is cheesy. It's kind of a bit unrealistic at times, but great action, spy, espionage. Yeah, great. I love Alan Richardson as Reacher. And yeah, he has been voicing his very avidly, saying that he would play Batman for free. So I think a lot of people don't really want him to be Batman because of kind of they don't think he can act properly, or he's almost too big to be Batman and he's a bit older to be Batman. But I think he has a physique of Batman. I'm not sure about Bruce Wayne part of it though, but yeah, that's just another mini tangent, I guess, within this. This is what happens when I'm on my own doing a podcast. But yeah, overall, great 2 episodes. And yes, I only talked about Daredevil and Invincible in this episode, but I think they deserved the light of day. And I know Cooper enjoyed them both similarly to how I did too. So I think we both can't wait for more Daredevil and even more Invincible when the new season comes out already. But yep, stay tuned for our upcoming podcast. This is just a bit more of a different style one on my own. And before I finish up, IGN gave Invincible finale a four rating. I don't want to throw shade or heat to IGN directly, but uh, it's just not. Like, even if you didn't like the episode or thought it was a weird intrusion with Conquest, oh, nice voice crack, Conquest, what, like, it's not a four, though. You might give it like a seven or a six at minimum, but like a four is absolutely insane. And that's got to be rage bait. I don't know. It's just so unnatural. And I feel like they're deliberately giving bad scores to good stuff. Like, they gave The Penguin a five. That's also another fantastic show. I absolutely love The Penguin. Yeah, I don't know. Nowadays, critics and stuff are like getting less legitimate, and I feel like it's just so avidly wrong or overtly wrong compared to what the whole population almost agrees with. So that's just another rage baiting annoyance thing that I saw floating around the internet. But other than that, that's just my thoughts for those two episodes. Episodes and season 8 finale and season 3 show overall of Invincible thoughts. And yeah, I'm excited for Daredevil episode 4. That is coming out today, so I'll be giving that a watch, and stay tuned for our next BCFM episode. And yeah, we appreciate your support, and we'll keep making our content because we enjoy doing it. So we'll catch you guys in the next week. See ya.